Hello everybody and welcome to our Let's Play of Archaon the Everchosen, leading the war host of the Apocalypse. The Everchosen sets out to dominate the Chaos Wastes with his will and ferocity, starting at the Writhing Fortress. But today on Fallen Sandwich Gaming we're going to be playing Archaon. His faction effects are maximum active gifts plus 1 for gifts of chaos undivided, so once we get our souls going we're going to be able to have an additional undivided gift. Our research rate is plus 10% per each vassalized faction, so getting those vassals up and running early is really going to increase our research rate and really allow us to get things going. Diplomatic relations plus 10 with Demons of Chaos, Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, and Norska for each vassalized faction. So those vassals are going to give us even more benefits in being able to keep diplomatic relations high with most of the races we don't want to spend a lot of time fighting against. We're going to get souls plus 25 per turn from each vassal faction. So once we have 2 vassals, we're going to be offsetting at least one of our gifts of chaos, and that's pretty helpful. Lord effects, units gain plus 3% weapon and missile strength per rank achieved. That's for the Lord's Armied. And then all authority plus 1 for the Lord's Army. And then ward save 5%. Now the reason authority is important is because it affects your recruitment pool, so you're going to see that come into effect as we keep it going. And ward save is going to let us stick in battle for longer. As usual, we're going to be playing very hard campaign difficulty, hard battle difficulty, with crisis mode. Endgame crisis is disabled, because there's no reward for doing them, so we're not going to waste our time. Let's get started. Archaon is a really powerful warrior and spellcaster. He's kind of the best of both worlds, so I'm really hoping we get to showcase just how tough he can be to deal with for most of the other factions, especially who we're going to deal with in the early game. And I'll break down the map for you once we get in. Gives you more ways to replenish to fall back to when you start to get overwhelmed. I like the Dark Fortress mechanic. I think having these bastions
It is
of...
time! We march south! Let the quivering fools know we come to tear down their nation, slay their kings, and ravage their mortal remains!
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Archaon is nothing but enthusiastic. So, the Dark Fortresses are very, very cool in that they're just... It's like having a base of operations. You know, you're always going to have like a fallback point. Let's take a look at Prince Agrax here, our starting Exalted Hero. So it looks like he starts with the Brass Collar of Corn, so we might actually go Corn Exalted for him. I'm not sure though. And then he has the Great, which seems to be a unique trait. His weapon strength plus 15%, bonus versus large plus 18, so he's going to be very useful. Especially once we get him mounted, we can use him as kind of a cavalry beater. So let's get him embedded in the army.
Glory awaits.
Exalted Heroes are really, really strong. I'm a big fan. And then we're going to go in against our starting challenge here. So this is a close victory. I don't really think that's true. I mean, Demonettes are strong, but these Marauders of Slaanesh are nothing special. And we can pretty much eliminate the Hellstriders with our Chaos Warriors of Khorne Halberds. Let's jump right into it. Yeah, I mean, Archaon starts with some really good units, sort of spread out across the 4 Chaos Gods. Right now it's definitely good to have the anti-large as part of our forces. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch with the barrier. Eventually these guys are going to become Doom Knights, which is awesome. They're on their little flying saucers when that happens. The Spawn of Nurgle, I believe, regenerates, and they have additional melee defense from Cloud of Flies. Do they have regeneration? Maybe they have to unbreak that. No, they don't have regeneration. Alright. Maybe they have to unlock that. So, we are going to go Khorne on the left side to sort of be prepped and ready to take on those Hellstriders. We have the spawn over here on the right. The Hellstriders on the right. The 2 units of Marauders we're gonna kind of keep a little bit further back because they are faster than our Chaos Warriors. So we don't really want them catching up while we run up here. Let's just go on fast speed and try to get in as fast as we can. We're gonna wanna get close and personal. Let's get up close and personal. Okay. Let's initiate a little bit. They might dodge, and they do. What are you gonna do? Alright. Now we can slow it down a bit.
Annihilate them! Yes, chieftain! What do you bid?
Okay. Bring these in.
Hero of chaos! On demands! Kill! Aim! Burn! Seas of blood! Seeking victims! Archaon! Chaos warriors! Archaon! Your will? My God's call! Hell Scourge! Army of the Dark Gods! On the hunt! It brings souls! Lord of the End Times! Slay every mortal! Where chaos commands! Chaos Knights of Sinch! Wet! Quench the thirst! Destroy them! Do not meddle in my destiny!
Okay.
Warriors of Corn! Spreading destruction! Lords!
So we do want to take care of this Lord, as it's really the only thing left that's going to cause an issue for us. Let's go ahead and chase a little bit here and there.
All will be despoiled.
Alright, so we're about done here.
Chaos Knights!
You know, they're not going to stand much longer.
Chaos Warriors! Obliterate them! Archaon!
Okay, so that is the starting battle. Again, you know, starting battles are generally nothing special. You know, they're designed to be pretty easily beatable. We don't have to chase here because it's a starting battle, but we're just going to chase a little bit, see if we get some extra loot out of it. Okay, looks like they're going down. Okay, looks like our knights are actually getting blocked here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look at that. The knights are just so ridiculously strong. Alright. And we'll end the battle there. A decisive victory. So obviously a much better outcome than originally described. You know, the spawn took a little bit of damage, but it's not a big deal. I mean, the spawn just soaked up damage. They really can eat a lot. I think they held up 3 different units while we just overwhelmed the entire left side of their formation. So that's for them to do. Obviously, Chaos Knights are one of our better. Okay, it's not that much favor. We're just going to take the replenishment here because we do have to go take the Writhing Fortress now. Excuse me. I'm going to go Route Marcher and Searing Doom. We definitely want to get that magic going nice and early for Archaon. And then we go training first off with the Exalted Hero. So there's a couple of units we can pick up here. We're going to get them both. And we are going to go straight on to the Writhing Fortress. Alright, So it's saying a Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties, but no losses. So let's just take the auto resolve on this. We're gonna get a little bit of replenishment for occupying and vassalizing anyway. Okay, we go building. We go money building and growth right off the bat, because that growth building is also going to give us more replenishment. Alright, now we have an additional point for Archaon. Now, let's talk about the skill tree a little bit. I like the blue line for anybody. I mean, Fetid Gallipot can become really useful. Blessed by Evil for the income from post-battle loot. And then Chaos Unchained gives you additional corruption, additional income from post-battle loot, additional movement range, and more souls gained from battle. So that's a really good one to eventually work your way towards. I don't know if it's that necessary in the early game. No, even Unholy Resilience isn't that great of a skill. So for Archaon, what we really want to focus is obviously his magic line and his command line, because this Chaos Vanguard is just always going to be useful. We're always going to have Chaos Warriors chosen and eventually aspiring champions in this army. So we're going to go right ahead and get Dominating Presence. Now, there's no more recruitment we can do except for this Hell Cannon, which you're pretty much guaranteed to get. And then for research, what we're going to do right away is we're going to research all the way to Maddening Gifts. So the reason we're going straight for Maddening Gifts is that Nurgle has a Gift of Chaos. So these Gifts of Chaos you pay for with souls. Now the first one we're going to take is the additional casualty replenishment on Marauders and the additional melee attack on Marauders. This is going to kind of, it's not going to bring them on par with Chaos Warriors, but it's going to make them a lot more powerful in close combat. Let's see, we can't preview this. So we can't preview the Nurgle gift, but there is a Nurgle gift that allows you to replenish in foreign territory. That is 100% something you want to rush for. It's going to make the rest of your campaign early, and you're always going to have it. Rest of your campaign easy, as far as replenishment's concerned, and keeping the ball rolling. And you're always going to have it active. It's just, in my opinion, it's the most useful gift of chaos. I mean, there's some really good ones up there, but replenishing in foreign territory is easily one of the most powerful skills, and you're not going to regret taking it. Okay. Get another point for the Exalted Hero. Let's just go straight into Blade Master.
The slaughter begins.
And let's start moving down. So obviously, first things first, we're going to go ahead and take down the Monolith of Bubonicus. It's an interesting name there. So, no recruitment options. We're going to go into Forest March, because they shouldn't have recruited anything yet. And then, although I could activate a second Gift of Chaos to give us Furies, I don't think I'm going to. Furies just aren't, at least base Furies, just aren't good. They have some utility as a flying unit, but I don't think it's worth spending the points on right now. If we can recruit a little more before we take the next settlement, that would be really good for us. Because one of the great things about Chaos is they just recruit at instant speed, so you're not sitting around waiting for units to materialize. Okay, so we can't quite reach it this turn. So we do have the Poison Warhounds. Poison Warhounds are pretty much a straight upgrade on regular Warhounds, in my opinion. Let's see, do we have... So we still only have another regular unit of Warhounds. We are not going to recruit that yet. We're going to see what pops up next turn. The Monolith of Bubonicus is just a 5-stack garrison, and there's no army sitting inside or nearby, so taking that's going to be simple. Talking about our next moves a little bit, if you look up here on the minimap, this, uninhabited territory, and I say that with air quotes, this is all Skaven here. This is, the Skaven owned this entire province. We're going to want to go down and get that province. But over here is Boris Urson, and the moment we meet Boris Urson, the clock starts ticking on going to war with him, because he is not our friend. So, let's pick up some Chaos Trolls. Again, a decisive victory with low casualties. We're not going to really sit here and debate whether or not that's a good idea. It's just, it's kind of a no-brainer. And then we'll start moving down towards Stormbrack now. Okay. Additional units of Warhounds are not really what I'm looking to get at this time. So we're just going to keep it moving. Kindle Flame isn't good till you actually get a fire spell, because Searing Doom is a Lore of Metal spell. So don't be fooled, don't go for Kindle Flame right away. You're probably better off going the Burning Head. Or, actually in this situation, we're better off going for Chaos Vanguard.
The storm of chaos gathers.
Okay, let's pop a commandment down. So, we do have some Slaanesh Corruption, which is giving us income from all buildings plus 4%, which is... I didn't realize we benefited from other corruption besides Undivided. So it might actually be good to leave that in place. We are going to try to spread that Undivided corruption to other provinces, though. Now, as far as diplomacy, we should get that
honest, I'd rather be raiding,
trade agreement going with our own vassal. They'll almost always accept it unless they're not of, you know, a similar alignment to you. And we should be pretty quickly. Okay, so we can move up to here and we're still in friendly territory. And we're going to recruit one more time. We're really not getting the draws I was hoping to get. The trolls are nice, but it's looking like we're going to have to just take these warhounds for now and hope for something better to come along. Let's go into ambush dance to see if they come out. Which would save us a little bit of pain when we actually do take Stormbreak Mount, because they're probably going to recruit 3 units this turn. Okay. Any more recruitment available? Alright, good. So 2 more units of Marauders, including the Slaanesh Marauders. Now, I think the major difference between the Slaanesh Marauders and the regular Marauders is just their speed. Yeah, Slaanesh Marauders are a little bit faster. And they have 10% physical resist, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Immune to Psychology, Strider, increased physical resistance, increased speed. So those are all good things. Alright. So we're already up to a 19-stack army. I mean, we're going to try to trade out some of these Warhounds down the line, but for now that's pretty good. What I really want to get is Marauder Horsemen. Again, we don't take any losses here. I think I'm fine with just taking the auto-resolve on this and then giving it to the vassal. Because the vassals are how we're going to make our money. I mean, most of our income is... So we're not really making much off of vassal tribute yet, but hopefully that will change as our vassals develop these territories. Okay, so that gets rid of the Exquisite Pain. And then we will go both of these points in the Chaos Vanguard. So now what I would suggest is coming up here and just starting a fight with this Khorne faction. They're not going to be able to hold this territory, because here's Boris Urson, and Boris Urson is going to start a fight. And if he doesn't start a fight, then we'll start it for him. You know, I'm not opposed to getting violent around here. We are playing Chaos. Chaos Strategist for the extra casualty replenishment rate in the hero's army. That's very good. We could go for additional training here, but I think it's just better to go for Deadly Blade, really make sure we're hitting hard in combat.
Okay, off.
And all of this looks good. Let's move on. So the Warhounds are actually good for taking on Boris first. They're just really bad in sieges. You know, they're not necessarily going to pull their own weight in siege battles because they're Warhounds. They're fast and zippy. They're good against Boris because early game Boris is only going to have Kossar stacks and his starting army, which is a couple of Sargard, think a unit of armored Kossars, and a couple of the
A quest has
War
been issued,
Bears.
mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary.
Okay, that's our first quest
For while
battle,
the
Slayer
potential
Kings. We do want to
rewards
get
are
this, but
great,
we are not
so too.
going to take that on just yet. Let's see what we can do recruitment-wise. No units available. It's very surprising. So we actually can reach
Yes, indeed.
the Monolith of Festerlung. It looks like he just took that this turn, so there shouldn't be much in the way of a garrison. I think we march up there and launch this attack. Hold on a minute. Now we can't reach the monolith. Well, these things happen. We'll just go into ambush stance. Now, he's currently at war with the Bloody Sword. So, now we're going to capitalize on this. The Bloody Sword is going to die. Whether it's by us or Ursus. So, they'll pay us 1,200 bucks to go to war with Urson. And we're going to take that. So, I wonder,
honest, I'd rather be
do
raided,
these guys get
but
called
you have
in
my time.
immediately? They don't. We're not paying them $9 grand to do that either. So, that is what it is, and that looks like that's all for the turn. So let's end the turn there. Okay, so we didn't manage to ambush Ursus, but I still think this is more than enough to beat him. It says close defeat, but we... So what's important in this battle... Okay, I actually like this, because we can try to sort of split their forces. What's important in this battle is that we lock down the Sargard with our Chaos Warrior to deal with. We're just going to have to do what we can. When I was playtesting this, I managed to roll a couple of units of Marauder Horsemen, and that really made this battle a lot easier, but I still don't think this battle is going to be overly hard. You know, so basically we're going to do something like this. We're going to get these guys there, get the halberds off to the side. The halberds are going to be really good for trapping down the war bears if they try to come in this way. We're going to put these guys over here to the side, along with our 4 units of warhounds. And then the trolls and the spawn are going to go in the back.
All will burn.
And these guys are going to go right here, front and center.
Lord of the end times.
Let's just spin this a little bit so it's... yeah. Okay, let's start the battle. So, first things first, let's get shooting on those Sargard. Alright, he does seem to just have the Kossars out to the side, and where are those warbears? They're over there. Okay, this is good for us. We are going to wait for them to close in. Their artillery is going to kind of force them forward. Now, Boris can go down as long as Archaon and the Exalted Hero both get double team on him. Okay, those Sargard are actually dodging pretty effectively, so...
Undivided.
Nope, we definitely don't want to move them.
For the Chaos Gods. Running.
Okay, perfect. The Warbears are trying to flank around the side here, so that is what we wanted to set up to avoid. Alright, great. So... Okay. Let me just get a pause in here quick. Now the Sargard and the armored Kossars are definitely what we want to try to lock down here. Let's get these marauders moving up. And let's get the spawn and the trolls moving up. As well as these two into Boris. Okay. Yeah. As you can see, we're just kind of swarming them over here. We should win these fights. Oh, Boris came to take on the challenge himself. Let's just drop a Searing Doom there. There we go. The bears are here.
Now is our time!
Okay.
Hordes of chaos. Exalted hero, bring corruption!
Where is Boris? There we go.
Eye of the gods! Where's the enemy? Sweet, sweet slaughter! Nurgle's pestilent glory! Chaos comes!
Okay, we don't want to overextend over here.
We go in fury! Kill them! Chaos marauders! Archaon!
Yeah. Let's get that shooting over there. What are these idle units doing? Yeah, I mean...
Knights of Zinch. Eye of the gods! Tremble, mortals! Archaon! Fear me, mortals! The dark gods command me! Transgression and submission! Exalted hero!
Alright, so Boris Urson's down.
For chaos! Seas of blood!
Well, I don't think we want these Chaos Knights in against the Sargard. However, they are holding their own, so I guess we'll let that happen.
They will all pay! Eat your souls! Kill the Southerners! Suffering unbound! Deliver slaughter! We want their eyes!
Alright, we are shattering a lot of them. These Sargard need to go down. Let's just use these to chase some of the Khazar spear units.
Consume them! Chaos Marauders! Armies of the Dark Gods!
Okay. So yeah, our Warhounds took a little bit of a beating there, but A, it's to be expected, and B, it's really not the end of the world. We do want to make sure that the units of Sargard are properly taken care of, as well as the armored Khazars, because those are their good units. Yeah.
Warriors of God.
We're not going to be able to chase the bears.
Yes!
That's fine. What do these guys have? 23? Okay, we still need to chase there. Let's get these guys involved in the chase too. So, we're just chasing these guys down so we just don't have any issues when we eventually move on their, Actually, maybe they should assist with taking down these the armored Khazars, because the armored Khazars are much more of a problem than the regular ones. Okay, now we can send them over there, and if they catch them, they do, and if they don't, they don't. You know, it's not the end of the world. The Sarguard, actually, we definitely don't want coming back, so... Because the Sarguard can't be re-recruited, so getting rid of them is way more of a priority. Okay. Now, it does say Pyrrhic victory, but you also have to remember, not only did we eliminate a legendary lord, but we eliminated his unique hero, and just about every cost-effective unit in his army minus one unit of the warbears, because this unit is gone. So, not only is it going to take them time to re-recruit this, but we've essentially crippled their ability to defend themselves from us. You know, the only thing going to be able to come at us with now is Kassar stacks, and Kassar stacks are really going to go down. Alright, we're going to take the replenishment because we need it. And we managed to take them out over the end turn, so this is going to be completely undefended. I mean, that was everything they had. So this is how to get rid of Boris nice and easy early. You just go straight for him, because if you leave Boris alone, sometimes he'll move up and take the Burning Monolith, and then he has all of this territory, and I believe he has his capital over here somewhere. You know what, bear with me for just 1 second here, while I check something. I just want to make sure that... Okay, that is good. Alright, so for Archaon, now that we've got Chaos Vanguard and we don't have any ranged unit yet, I'd say go for Burning Head and Kindle Flame. Get those at the same time, they tend to complement each other much better. We're going to go for Deadly Blade again. We just want this guy to be a beatstick in combat for now. Let's see, what can we do here? So we can get one more unit of Marauders. That'll give us a false 20 stack. I think we're just going to take it. And I don't think we're ready to do any upgrades yet, no. So let's move on to Monolithic Festerlung. Yep, it still doesn't have a fully replenished garrison, so we're just going to take this. And we're going to gift it to the vassal. So now we have a second vassal here in the Tong. And we're just going to move to the other side of Festerlung. So we're still in reinforcement range, but also we're going to chase these guys right out of our area. Okay, now this is a good time to combine these units of Warhounds. That opens up one slot. I am tempted to just disband one, because we have the option to get some Marauder Horsemen and a unit of Marauders of Khorne. To be honest with you, the standard Marauders are not as good as the Marauders of Khorne, so we're just going to do that and get the Marauder Horsemen. Okay, much better army now. We do have a Path to Glory available. I'm not sure if I actually want to devote Agrax to Khorne. I mean, it seems like that is definitely their intention here with the way he's set up. Do we really have the souls to do it? We really don't have the souls to spare for that right now. So we're just going to end the turn, and we're going to move on. Now, I'm hoping I can eliminate Urson entirely this episode, and maybe even take the Howling Citadel. Because that is controlled by this Khorne faction here. Yeah, they want a non-aggression pact. We're not giving them that. Ice Witch outside of the army. That's actually good for us. We don't want to be going up against much magic, because our armor is one of our biggest assets. Alright, let's keep it moving. We don't really have to replenish too much more. They are recruiting there, but again, it's probably all Kossars, so I'm not too shook up about it. Let's just finish off Deadly Blade. Let's see. Recruitment available. So just Marauders, more Poison Warhounds. Regular Warhounds are going goodbye. Poison Warhounds are much better for what we're using them for. Okay, there's a little bit of replenishment we have left to do. We're just going to go into ambush stance here. They're probably not going to take the bait. They're pretty beat up. Alright, garrison building, because losing these back fortresses is not good. We definitely don't want that to become a potential scenario here. Alright, we're going to end the turn. Now, did they just combine those two armies, or did they ditch one? Because if they combine the both of them, that might actually be better, because dealing with two lords in combat is probably going to be worse than dealing with a single lord and a bad army. Okay, this is the trade agreement from the Tong. I should be doing a better job remembering that you don't just automatically have a trade agreement. It would make a little bit more sense if you did. Okay, so I'm not really sure what they did here. It doesn't look like they combined those armies. I mean, even if we get ambushed, we just have... Okay, so that's where the other army is. This is listed as a Pyrrhic victory, but these reinforcements aren't going to arrive for 2 minutes, and this garrison is bad. I think we will take this fight in the next episode, because I am low on time today, so we're going to save here. And I just want to take the time to thank you guys for watching episode 1 of our Archaon the Everchosen Let's Play. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw here today, and there is going to be more coming. This is going to run parallel with our Hexawaddle Let's Play with Lord Mazdamundi. So we'll have both of these series going at the same time, and I would love to hear any feedback you have. We're a new channel, and we're just trying to build on our viewers and our quality. So, thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time with Archaon the Everchosen.